Hi. Hi, everyone. Good evening. How are you all doing? So, today's live, it's out of schedule, but I've been really, really tired from shooting and editing for this Vlogmas. So, I decided to do a live early. Yeah. So, that is how come you're doing a live today instead of Sunday. And then also because I owe you one live already. Sunday, my power went off. Hopefully, it will not go off again. Jesus, please don't do this. So I already owe you one live. So I'm like, yeah, then let's do it today. Since I am already not done with editing, so I decided to do Sunday's live today. So today is story time. If you're watching, please let me know where you're watching from. Say hi in the comment section and all that. And also give me a moment to share the link. I'll put the link in the comments. So just in case you want to join, today we are talking social. Okay. So it's a story time. I'm just gonna share some of my challenges dating in Ghana. Yeah, and some of the experiences I've had, some stories, crazy dating stories. So if you want to share yours, I'm going to put the link in the chat. You can join the live and share some of your experience. I feel like when I most people that I talk to, they're like, "Oh, my dating experience is normal." So I'm like, "Am I the only one?" I feel so weird and like out of place because I have all these like crazy dating experiences. And then people that I speak to, they're like, "Oh, yeah, the people that I date, they're okay." And stuff like that. So I just want to know, like, as a chit chat, I want to know from you people, what are some of the experiences you've had with like dating and some of the stories you have to share. So give me a moment. Let me put the link in the description, and then if you want to join, you can join. By the way, how are you all doing? It's Christmas. Oh my gosh. Like guys, um, the things that are happening in Ghana this Christmas season, I'm scared. Okay. I want to go for a loan to enjoy Christmas. It's crazy. Like when you go to Instagram, the ads on things that are happening tomorrow, for instance, there's like I've already seen like 5 events happening already, and I'm just imagining like the week to come, the things that are going to happen. It's crazy. The programs in town is crazy, guys. So if you don't have money like me, please, I think we should gather somewhere and just like watch people do what they do, because it's mad. You're going to be really, really sad if you don't have money to spend this Christmas. But hey, let me know in the comment section. Like, hit me up, say hi. Let me know where you're watching from. Today is Friday. Depending on where you are, it's probably like Thursday or Saturday. I think so. Maybe Saturday early in the morning, or it's still Friday. It's the weekend. What's your plan for the weekend? Let me know. Let me know in the comment section. Let me drop the link first before I want to drop the link. So just in case somebody wants to join and share some of their experiences, their challenges dating as a Ghanaian or as a single, I don't know, like dating in general. Uh, 1 minute. Okay. All right. So I just shared the link. So if you want to join, please feel free and join. Please comment. This is going to be an interaction. Okay. So please say hi in the comments. Let me know who is watching. Please also remember to like this live, okay? Please. All right. Give me 1 second. Let me share to other. Let me share on Facebook and on Instagram. Then, oh, I can share Instagram here. I always forget that. I can't share a link here on this phone. Okay, let me share on Facebook and then we'll continue the chat. But how has your week been so far from Monday to Friday? Me, I'm just grateful that I'm alive. I mean, I've had a lot to go on this week. I had to shoot some content, edit, post, and all that. It's been crazy. 17 days into Vlogmas. Oh my God. And we have how many days left? It's 25th, 25 days. So we have like hey, please hold on. Let me calculate it. 25 minus 17. That's 8 days, right? 8 days, yeah, 3 plus 2, 5. 8 days left. Oh my God, I can't believe that. 8 days and we are done with Vlogmas. Wow, that's crazy. And to think that we just literally started Vlogmas, it's this life, like, I don't know why when you grow up, like when you're little, the time never moves. Like it's like forever at one place, right? And then you grow up and before you can blink like 10 times, it's already month's end. You blink again 5 times and it's another month's end. Like, why? Why is that so? I don't want to be an adult again. They lied to us. They said adulthood, oh, don't worry, when you grow up, things will be better. It's a lie. It's never better. Anyway, whoever is watching, please say hi in the comment section. Please like this live. Make sure to thumbs up the live, and then we'll get into the discussion very soon. So, challenges of dating as of being single as an African woman. What are some of your challenges you've had during your dating period? I don't mean dating as in exclusive. I mean like the general dating, going on dates, meeting new people. Somebody will call you that, oh, they like you. They want to be with you. All that experience. How has it been like for you? And I'm also going to share my part. So let me know how it's been like for you as a single. It can be man or female, like male or female, it doesn't matter. I'm talking from my experience, so I'm going to talk from the female point of view. POV, yeah, point of view. So let me know what your experiences has been. Also, I have a story to share. Okay, I don't think I can mention all your name. I'll just go with Ben. Ben says, "Hey Vaughn, hey Queen Vaughn, hi, hi Queen Ben, how you doing? How is your weekend? How is your day going? Where are you watching me from? Let me know where you're watching me from." So personally, some of my challenges that I've experienced throughout my dating, I was going to say dating career. Throughout my dating experience is that sometimes I feel like I am not African. Like my mentality is not solely African because most of the people that I deal with, they have the strong African mentality. Oh, 1 minute. I have a call. Where do I mute this thing? Okay, great. So most of the people that I deal with, they are people that have strong African mentality. The people that I've met, I would say so. So they expect you to behave a certain way as an African lady. You have to dress a certain way, you have to act a certain way. And I don't see myself always doing that. Most of the times I don't do that. I don't behave like a typical African person. So that is the first challenge. So, the moment they see you or you go on a date, maybe it's an online, they see you in person. Oh, they see you in person, and it's like, oh, you don't, why wearing anklets? Why do you have piercing on your ears? This is even recent. So back then it would be like my anklets most of the times. And then even my mentality, like the things that I talk about, the things that I consider important, the things that I value, it's like, wait, no, that's not how we do things. So I always like have that challenge with dating in Ghana here. And most of the people that I have been very exclusive with, I realized that they think just like me. Like they are in Ghana, but their mindset, their mentality is not Ghanaian. They have like, I wouldn't say Western culture, but they are open to change, from the African culture. So that is one of the challenges that personally I face being single in Africa. Oh, in Ghana. Yeah. Well, Ghana is still Africa. So I'm going to share some. I don't know if I've shared this story here. As one of my my first worst dating experience, and maybe I've shared it. I remember I spoke briefly about it in my very first life. I think so, but I'm going to share it in details today. And then maybe some other, I have very, very weird stories to share, guys. I'm telling you. Oh, what do I have to post? Please give me a moment. I didn't post this thing on Facebook. Uh, Let me post this on Facebook and then we'll continue. Okay, just give me a moment. If you're joining the live, please say hi. Let me know where you're watching from. What's the plan for your weekend? Like this December, this Christmas, what are you going to do? There are so many if you're in Ghana, there's tons and tons of programs happening. Let me know, which one are you attending? Me, I'm just home. Unless it's free, then I'm going. I'm not going for all this Afrochella and whatever chella that's happening. I'm not going for any of those. I'm just staying home, minding my own business. If it's free entry, yes, I may go. If not, I'll just stay home and mind my business. So let me know, which of the programs are you attending? I mean, if you have free tickets, I'm here. I mean, I can join you. I can be a plus one. And what's your plan for the weekend? Join me live on YouTube. Sweet. Just a minute as we discuss some challenges being single. Who is watching? Say, hey, you people, like you not say hi. Hey, your YouTube, I'm coming to stop. Why? So that I'll stop disturbing you with my whatever. Eh? Like you won't say hi. Say hi. You're watching. Just type hi and let me know like you're watching. We put in so much work, and you guys like anyway. Let me just forget about that. Join me live on YouTube to discuss some challenges of being single and some dating. Oh, hold on. And some. Who do we have in the building, please? Hey, whoever is watching, can you just say hi? Like, can you type hi? You can't do it. Anyway, we'll do it like that. And the person just left. Yeah. And share some dating stories. So who has some story to share? Who has some dating story to share? Let me know. Like, oh, okay, let me just post it like that. Okay, so I'm going to share a story from when I was in secondary school. That would be senior high school at the moment, but I went to secondary school. When I was in secondary school, it wasn't senior high, it was senior secondary school, yeah, SSS. And so ha, this story is very funny. It was one of my first lessons that I learned during dating, in the dating world. And I don't think I'll ever forget this story because it's really funny. And that is, I don't think that's like my worst, but that's definitely my first worst experience when it comes to dating. And when I was in secondary school in year two, I had I had a boyfriend. He is called Kelvin. Very sweet guy, very sweet guy. I don't even know why I broke up with him. He was very cool, gentle, but then I would always feel like there was something about him. It was like I wanted him to be a bad boy, but he wasn't bad. He just had the looks of a bad boy, but he was never a bad boy. But I'm like, I want to catch him do something and then feel like, oh, you see, I said it, you're a bad guy, you're this, you're that. But I never caught him doing anything. I'll literally um I'll literally skip school to go to his place just to, think that I'll catch him doing something. Never like that. So there was one time, it was 1st July. 1st July in Ghana is a holiday. Oh, 1 minute, please. 1st July in Ghana is a holiday. So he initially asked me to go out. He wanted to go out with me, right, on 1st July. And I was like, oh, it was a Thursday. I remember very well. I think 2005. Yeah, I think 2005 or so. It was a holiday. He wanted to step out with me, but I said no because, hey, Charlie, guys, when I was in secondary school, I used to be a bad girl. I mean, not bad per se, but then when compared to your average person, yeah, then you would say that I'm a bad girl, but it wasn't like bad like that. Okay, just a minute. Would you? Oh. Guys, please, one the person is already gone, so it's not like a big deal. I'm waiting for people to come in, then I'll continue the live because it looks like. Hi, who do we have here? Please, if you're watching, say hi in the comment section. I'm just sharing like this is story time, sharing some dating experiences that I've had. So if you have some stories to share with me, there's a link in the comment section. Please click and join the live and share some of your dating experiences with us. Okay. Hi, who do we have here? Just a minute, I'm sending some messages. Discussing. Hi, who do we have here? Please hit me up in the comment section, okay? Let me know where you're watching from. Today's a Friday, it's a weekend. What's your plan for the weekend? Please let me know. Oh, okay. I'm trying to get people to join, but everybody seems to be busy. So, I guess I'll just be talking to myself then. It's hard though, but then, yeah, since there's nobody here, let me just share my own experience to myself. Henrietta says hi. Hey. Hi, Henrietta. Welcome. Watching from Accra, obviously. You're welcome. How is your weekend started going or whatever? Today is Friday. The weekend has already started. How is it going? What's your plan for what's your plan for the weekend? And what's your plan for Christmas? There are so many programs going on. Oh my gosh. I cannot even believe that I don't have. Ooh, okay. Hold on. What happened? Oh, my charger. There's so many programs going on. Hey, Charlie. If you don't have money this Christmas, dear, stop acting crazy. Oh, ah, Henrietta, stop that. How am I acting crazy? I'm not crazy. I'm not acting crazy, okay? I'm just saying, like, there's so many things going on in Accra, to be specific, this December that, hey, if you don't have money, I think it'll be difficult. It will be really, really difficult to enjoy Christmas, knowing that there are so many programs going on. When it's Christmas and there's nothing really going on and you don't have money, it's like, oh, Charlie, nah, even if you have money card, there's nothing going on. So, I mean, who cares? But this time, yesterday, I saw like 5 ads on Instagram alone, like things that is happening tomorrow, Saturday. It's crazy. Nee says, oh, hi, Nee. True. You are single. I have a man for really. We are doing a blind date here. Nee, I'm single. I am singularly single. Do you know singularly single? When somebody says they are singularly single, let me explain what it means to you. It means that you know how people will be like, oh, I mean, I'm not exclusive with anyone, but I have somebody that like I like, or I have a crush on, or like we've been talking for like 3 days, or we've been going on dates and stuff like that. None of that. None. It's just me, and Lydia will say, people of God and my God. So yes, I'm single. So if you have him, I hope he's rich and he can cook. And then I don't have to clean, wash the bowls, please, because I'm looking for soft life, please. Henrietta says, but you showed us how to enjoy Christmas without money. I did, but I'm saying that you can enjoy it without money. But what I'm saying is that the way the programs, the programs that are happening, you have to tune your mind. That's why I didn't, you see, I said it. Don't watch telly, don't listen to all these adverts, because then when you have it in your mind that there are so many programs going on and you cannot afford to attend, then it start playing with your mind that, oh, you're not enjoying the Christmas. Me, I don't have TV. Like, I don't watch TV. I have TV, but I don't watch it. So apart from Instagram, I don't know how come yesterday they just kept sending me like ads. Every time I open Instagram yesterday, I'll see an ad. I think I liked one of the events, and that's what they do. So based on the things that you like, they will start sending you more things. So I I liked one event that I shared with another colleague, and then uh hold on. Henrietta says what? True one. Should I do audition of old rich men? Oh, please. How did you know? You know those people like maybe they just retired or they are almost retired, so the money is there. They just need a trophy wife, somebody to just help them spend their me. I don't want to stress. So I mean, I'm not going to be in the house. I want to work, but work is not like work for money. I'm just working for the fun of it. So please, anybody who wants to find me a man, these are my specs. I don't care what you think, what you're going to say. If he's not rich and will not give me soft life, I don't know. I'll think about it. Maybe he's, I don't know. Uh, Laurie Lawson. Hi, Laurie. Welcome to the chat, sir. Henrietta says, crazy girl. Of course, please. Me, I don't want stress, period. I just don't want stress. I don't want these young people, they'll just stress you. Honestly, they'll stress you for no reason. I'm looking. Nee, I hope your man or whatever, he's old and about to retire, or he has already retired. Let me just go and help him chop the money. Anyway, so the topic of discussion for today was just, it's a story time. I'm going to share a story with you. I suspect I've shared it already. I'm not too sure because I haven't done too many lives, but I think I may have mentioned it in some live already. So we are talking about challenges as being single in Ghana and dating in Africa in general. So there's a link in the comments. I'll drop it again. If you want to join the live and share some of your experiences dating, some of your stories, it could be worse, it could be crazy, it could be interesting, anything that you find funny throughout your dating experiences, you can share it. And then I'm going to share mine also. So let me drop the link again, just in case anyone wants to join. You can join the live, and then we'll just chit chat about our challenges as single women in Ghana. It's challenge. Miss, I say I've given up. Me at this point, I'm like, Charlie, they're dating. I don't want to do it again because, I love, but then at this point, I feel like maybe I will not find one in Ghana, especially. And the kind of people that I'm targeting, I think they're not in Ghana. So I have to either leave Ghana and go and find them, or they have to leave where they are and come to Ghana and come and find me because I'm tired with these Ghana boys. I'm dropping the link. So if you want to join, please feel free to join and then let's chit chat. Okay. 1 minute. Okay, so the first thing I was talking about was some of the people that I meet. Most of the guys here in Ghana or in Africa, because of our culture, they have a certain mentality of one, how a woman should look, how you should dress, how you should behave, because the man is quote unquote the head of the house. So there's a certain way that they expect you to behave. So the moment you don't behave like that, then it's a problem for them. And most people will be like, I've had a lot of experiences like that, where the moments I try to speak my mind, you are opinionated. I have to be careful with that word. If you are single in Africa and you're very opinionated, then it means that you're difficult. You're a difficult person. That reminds me. So I was having this conversation with a friend of mine previous days ago, and we were talking about the same topic, right? I was like, oh, most African men see ladies who are opinionated as difficult. So it makes it more difficult for somebody who expresses their opinion, because the moment you express opinion, it's like, oh, hold on, like she has problems, she's quick tempered and this and that. Like they don't even get to know you to understand what you're saying. The moment you try to express your thoughts or your opinions, they tag you as, oh, you are difficult, you are this, you are that. So right from the onset, it's like the relationship will even fail before it starts. And then also sometimes the way that you dress or you address certain issues, it's like, oh, she's not like culturally appropriate. So oh my gosh. So I have some people that would say like, oh, I can never date a girl who wears anklets. And I'm like, how is that even an issue? You know, somebody would say that, oh, I cannot date a lady who lives alone. I'm like, you know, because quote unquote, she's independent. I just live alone. Like, how is that a problem? Because to him, as a woman, you have to live with your parents and then have the man come marry you from home. That makes you like a quote unquote marriage material because you live in the house. So the moment you live outside, you live alone, it's like, oh, you're single and you live alone, then in Chido say be what say one wanna be bisa masem and stuff like it's really really crazy here in Ghana to date as a single person. So back to my story that I wanted to share. I started sharing it. I was in secondary school where I met this guy called Kelvin. Kelvin, sweetest guy I think that was my, if I'm not mistaken, my first serious relationship. Kevin was such a sweet guy, sweet gentleman, very calm. Like he hardly talks, or even like you hardly see him, you know, like in fights or in arguments. He's always so chill, always so chill. And then I'm like, this guy is too chill for my life. I'm like, there's something, I wanted something to be wrong with him, but I couldn't find anything. I'll skip school literally to go to, I'll just peep through his window to find out if like he has a girl there or there's something going on. All the time he was either alone or with his boyfriends, just like watching football, watching movies. Sweetest guy. He bought me my first was Walkman, the one we used in secondary. That was back in 2005, I think. So the new ones, the Indomie generation, they don't know what Walkman is. Walkman, you put your CD inside with your headphones. Oh, he made a collection of music. Some of the songs on that collection are still my favorite songs. Amazing guy. So let me go straight to the actual story, right? It was 1st July. It's a holiday in Ghana. And then he wanted me to come spend the day with him. Like he would take me out. I mean, I'm not supposed to do that, but then he knew that I'll eventually step out of school. So why not spend the time with him? And then I was like, no, I don't want to skip school and all that. But the truth is, I had plans with my two of my girlfriends, Lucy and Naki. I had plans with them to step out. And that's what I'm not going to say. To step out and, you know, go be with another person. So it was a Thursday. We went out to have drinks. We met these guys, two guys, in a pub. See, when I tell you that I love alcohol because I started when I was a teenager. I started in secondary school. I would drink like club beer. My favorite was club, at least 3 bottles, the big ones, 3 or 4. My friend Naki would also drink Golda. Her favorite was Gold. I don't remember what Lucy's favorite was, but I remember Naki's favorite was Golda, and then I would love club beer. So we went out, then we met these guys, we drank with our kebab and all that, and then they paid, obviously. And they were like, oh, let's go hang out at another place. And we wanted to go eat. So we told them, yeah, of course, let's go eat somewhere. Initially, we were going to this very, very expensive place in Koforidua. So if you know Koforidua, if you are from Koforidua, you know Chris Cafe. Chris Cafe used to be like the most expensive restaurant in Koforidua back in 2000s, right? We wanted to go there because, of course, we wanted to spend their money. So we wanted to take them to Chris Cafe. But then Chris Cafe was in town. And from there, we'd have to go home. So one of my friends, Naki, had a house. I also lived in Koforidua, but she was like alone because her mom wasn't living with her. The mom would go out to work and then come back during the weekend. So she was like free in the house. So he wanted to go spend the night at her place. Then later I was like, let's find a place that is closer to home so that we don't have to worry about getting home. Because we didn't want them to find out where we lived. So we can just like walk home. So we went to our neighborhood. There was this place, Paradise. If you know, let me know in the comment section if you remember all these places I'm mentioning, or if you've ever been to Koforidua like late early 2000s or late 2000s. Let me know if you remember Chris Cafe and Paradise. Paradise is like a pub where they sell drinks and food and all that at estates. Yeah, estate junction or something like that. So we went there. It was in the evening, maybe around like 7, right? We went there with these new people that we just met. Went inside. They were like, "Oh, eat what you want to eat. Drink. You know, you can buy whatever you want to buy." I remember very well. We bought rice balls and granite soup. Favorite dish, granite soup, and we bought a lot of meat. I bought drinks. My star Naki also got her Golda. Lucy also got some drinks. We're eating, but then we're not smart because these guys would come in, like they were not sitting with us. They would come, they'll be like, "Oh, you should eat more, like order more meat," and then they would leave. You know, they'll come back in like 10 minutes. "Oh, like order more meat," and they will also be ordering meat. You know, we just order, bring us more meat and drinks. I'm like, we're drinking and eating meat and all that. So they'll do that for like 4 times. And the last time they came, like they'll stay with us for 2 minutes and then leave again. Two guys. The last time they came, they start for like 5 minutes, you know, and we're like, "Don't you want to eat anything?" They said, "Oh, no, no, we are okay. You feel free, eat, eat." Then they left and they never came back. So we didn't even realize it. We're just like eating and enjoying our drinks and all that. And um it was like when we're almost done with the food, I realized that these guys have been gone for long, like for 30 minutes or at least 20 minutes. So I went out to check and their car wasn't there. So I came back. I'm like, okay, their car is not there. Maybe they went somewhere to pick something or whatever. We stayed for another 10 minutes. They're not coming. So like I'll go out and check. They're not there. My friends will go out like alternatively and check. And then we realized that huh, there's trouble in paradise. Literally. These guys left us there. They left us. They were gone. They were not coming back. They didn't pay for anything. And we had eaten and drank all these things. They left and never came back. They did. Africa Amaze. These guys left and never came back. I'm like, what? I didn't have a dime on me, neither the two of my friends. Nobody had any money. We didn't have any money on us. Hey, I'm not joking. This is like my serious like thing that I'm joking about right now. They were gone. Like, what do we do? So the up and down, apparently the waiter, it was a girl. The waitress had observed that there was something going on. So she took a chair and she sat in the middle of the place, like of this the pub in the middle. They had two entrances, one like straight ahead, and then there was one on the other side, like from inside the pub. And she started right in the middle. So you couldn't go out this way or you couldn't go out this way. Like you couldn't run. You were either pay or what? Secondary school. What did I just do to myself? So we're just like, what do we do? Because we don't have money. So the initial idea was to have one of us go home, and that would be like uh at least 30 minutes walk, because even if we took taxi, we didn't have money, but we could have taken taxi like to go home, take the money and come back. This is like 2005, right? And I think the total bill was about 15 cities. So you can imagine if three ladies actually, spent 15 cities in 2005, oh, with drinks and all that. I think it was like 13 cities or something. It wasn't that much like compared to now, but it was definitely like it was. If it was today, I would say like secondary school people go out and then maybe spend like 300 cities, on. I even thought that it was an upload. Good to be here. Oh, hi, Belinda. Hi, how are you doing? Yeah, you came right on time. Yeah, I'm just sharing like we already talked about some challenges of dating in Ghana, as a single person. And then I'm sharing a story, some of my worst dating experience. So I don't know if you would like to come and share some of the stories that you also have. It doesn't have to be worse, anything inch. Oh, I forgot. Sorry. Belinda, you don't have anything to share. That's fine. But then if you have any challenges of dating in Ghana, you can obviously like join the live and share it also. So I was talking about some experience I had way back in secondary school. Africa May says, any time you see guys using the same type of car, then the guys are finally returning to pay the money. But seriously, it isn't funny. It's not funny. Oh. Hold on. If you see the same type of car, then the guy, this was 2005. There's no way they're coming to pay. Let me finish the story. So, what was I? Yeah, so the initial plan was to have one of us go home, pick the money, and come back. So we were contemplating like who would go, and then I had someone walking into the pub and said, "Oh, Yvonne, Shoto is looking for you." So I'm like, "Shoto, Shoto is my boyfriend, Kelvin. That is Nikki." And so he was like, "Shoto is looking for you. Is calling you." I'm like, "Shoto, what's like?" I actually just ignored him because at that moment, Charlie, when my mind did, I couldn't even recognize the name he was mentioning, right? So he went and then he came back. It was a small boy. He came back again like 2 minutes, like, no, Shoto, Shoto, he's calling you. He's outside. I was like, wait, he's who? Then I realized it was my boyfriend. So I went out. The moment I was going out, my friends were like, oh, ask him for the money, this and that. Like, ask him for the money. Let's pay this thing and go. Then I said, no, I can't just go and ask him for the money. Like this guy literally wanted to go out with me. I told him that, oh, I'm in school, I'm learning, and I couldn't step out. And then I come here with someone, the person dumps me, then I have to go to him and ask him for money. There's no way I'm doing that. Belinda says, you, me, what have I done? I am Marisa. Is it just me or I can't? Oh, really? Then I think it's just you because I think everybody can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. Okay, you can now. Great. All right. Oh, you made me scared for 1 minute. I was like, so I've been saying all these things and nobody could hear me. That's crazy. So, Anne Marie, welcome to the live. So we are just chit chatting about singleness in, is it singleness a word or whatever, in Ghana, in Africa. So I don't know if you're single or you're married. Even if you're married, you still have some experiences. If you like to share, there's a link in the comments. You can tap on the link and join me. Hold on, let me see. Okay, there's nobody join. And join the live and share some of your experiences, crazy, weird, interesting, funny, whatever it is. And then some of your challenges that you've had. You can also leave it in the comment section if you don't like, if you wouldn't like to join the live, you can just leave your comments in the comment section. So I hope you can hear me still because I have a call, so I don't know if you cut the line or not. If you can hear me still, let me know. Let me know. All right, so back to the story. So I went out to see my boyfriend, Kelvin, and oh my god, this guy he was really really sweet. He was such a sweet guy, but I think I was in my teen, and you know how when you're a teenager you are so attracted to like drama. You want those bad boys and stuff. So I just felt like he was too cool for my liking, so I wanted him to be a bad boy. I went out to see him. He was just like chilling. It's like, how are you doing? How are you? But I thought you were in school and all that. And I was like, yeah. I mean, I was in school, but I came home later. I was like, okay, are you okay? Then I told her, hey, I'm okay. You know, acting like there's nothing wrong. I was like, yeah, I'm okay. Then he kept saying, are you sure? Are you okay? I'm like, I'm okay. And then one of my friends will come. She'd be like, call me aside and be like, oh, please ask him for the money. Let's go and pay and then go. Like, I can't ask him for the money. You know, I can't do that. And then I'll go back to him. He'll be like, Yvonne, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. So we did that for like 3 or 4 times. And then because there was, oh my god, I felt so bad having to ask him like or even say anything. So I never said anything. And he was like, are you sure you're okay? Because I know what has just happened. And I was like, what? Me? What happened? No, nothing like that. He was like, yeah, you came in with these guys and I think they've left you and you don't have any money to pay for your food and drinks. Because I know you. I know that you've it was like, I know that you've eaten, you've bought so many things and you don't have money to pay. Me, Yvonne, I deny this. I was like, no, like me, no, that's not what it is. Like, we're just coming out to check. Yeah, we came out with them, but they pay. We're just coming out to check like the place. Or he was like, Yvonne, I know you. This is not you. There's something wrong. So eventually I had to tell him that yes, I came in with some guys, we bought all these things and they abandoned us, they left us. Okay. And he was so angry. But you know how like somebody loves you so much, even when they're angry, they're so like cool about it. So he was like, Yvonne, you are so stubborn. You are so stubborn. That's why he kept saying, you're so stubborn. You don't listen. You're so stubborn. And he was like, how much is it? So I told her, I think it was 13 cedis because I remember he tipped the lady. He took 15 cedis, five cedis note. He took 15 cedis and gave it to the waitress to pay for the bills. And he was like, let's go home. Let's go home. Belinda says, what? Is it is it just me or you never get to build friendship with male friends? They all end up trying to tell you they are interested in you. I kind of just want to build some male friendship sometimes. Well, what I heard about that is I think it's never completely possible, right? It's either they would develop some feelings for you along the line, but then never tell you. So in your mind, you feel like he's just your friend, but in his mind, they know that they have more than just friendship feelings for you. But because of the friendship, one, they never really tell you because they don't want to lose that friendship. That is what I believe in. So I don't think it's ever possible that they would never, ever, ever have like any interest in you. That's if you have a male friend. It's just that they don't tell you. So just to keep the friendship going. So, and then some people also feel like, let me just tell her how I feel. Because people have also had great relationship through friendship like that. It was like, oh, he was just my homie, and then because he voiced out, now they're like happily married and stuff like that. So I don't know. I think it's just, but I feel like women, the moment the guy tells you, and even with guys, if you reject him, then he will start feeling awkward. Then the friendship just kind of like starts to go sour, you know. But I don't feel it should be the case. Like if you like the person, you can tell them, and if you're not interested, trash it and just move on with the friendship. But in reality, when you express that kind of feelings for somebody and they don't reciprocate it, I don't know. I don't know how the friendship is going to survive that kind of rejection. So yeah, that's it. You can still have male friends, but not the type that Belinda you're looking for. Not like very close friends. You can just have them for from like a distance. So yeah. So back to my story. So Calvin gave me money to go and pay, and oh, oops, sorry. Let me drink some water. So he gave me the money, and then he was like, "Let's go home. Let's go home." He held my hand like this. Let's go home. And on our way, I felt like maybe you know how people like have arguments and then they have all this make-up sex and all that. Oh, should I be saying that? Oops. So when I'm like, oh, this guy is going to like do that or hit me or like beat me up, and I was really scared because you can tell that he was so angry, but he was really just chill. Held my hand. Wait, what? 13 cities? Yeah, 13 cities in 2005. Oh. So that's like almost what? 2005 to 15 is 10 years, more than 10 years. So that was a lot of money. Trust me, Belinda, that was a lot of money. So we went home, like went to the bedroom, sit down. He was like, sit down here. You are too stubborn, Yvonne. What do you want in this life? You are too stubborn. I told you, let's go out. He said, no, you're in school. Are you in school now? Like we were just talking. Hey, this guy was angry. You can see in his eyes, those people that they hardly express their feeling. Like when you look at them, you can just tell what they are feeling. He was that person. He was so angry. The eyes were red. He was like, you're too stubborn. You're too stubborn. Why would you do this? Look at the way you've embarrassed yourself. Now everybody knows in the area that you came here, you couldn't pay. Like, imagine I wasn't there. What were you going to do it? He was, and I'm like, ooh, that's really nice because like he's not concerned about the fact that I went out with somebody else than him. He was more concerned about the fact that I embarrassed myself, and then now people would know that this is what happened. So, people, that was my very like I was like, how was I going to survive this thing if Kelvin was not there? It was going to be one of the most I never went there again. I never went to that pub ever again till like maybe 2009. After 5 years or something, I went back because I was so embarrassed. So yeah, that is one of my worst dating experience. I won't call this even a date, but it was like one of the lessons that I learned in this whole like going out dating thing. After that, I never went out without money. Like I never went. And the most funny thing is, do you know that we met the people, like we saw them the next day was a Friday. We saw them in town Saturday. They actually like have a shop in Koforidua in the market. So anytime like I would pass by, I would see them. There are two guys in the same shop. I would see them all the time. There was one time that I think like maybe a year after, I was like, I'm going to confront. Like, I wouldn't confront them literally, but I wanted to like be face to face with them. So I went to the shop. It was like this provision. They sell soaps and other things. So I went there to buy soap, and the guy was so nervous. I could see it in his actions and everything. He was so nervous. I was like, yes, I got him. I wouldn't let you. Like, I wasn't going to let you embarrass me just like that and just like go scot-free. Share. Me say, "Man, watch your papa." So that was what I did, right? That was my first experience. I don't know if my friend is not watching, she would have said it was like, oh my god, worse. That's my first lesson in all these dating experience. So guys, who has something to share? I have a lot of stories though. A lot. Like even now, 2021, the things I've experienced. Hey, Charlie, my the last but two experience, the guy had to call me to apologize because I was like, hey, this one that will curse you. Like this one, dear, this one, dear. The guy literally like lied. He twisted everything that happened and lied on me. I won't tell you some. When I say tell us some, he literally like just lied. I'm like, why? What's the purpose? This one really hurts me. Like it really, really did hurt me. It's not even funny. I'm not even going to make jokes about it. I was like, but why would you lie? What's the purpose of you lying? Why would you say one thing to me and then go out and say something completely different to your friends just to make me look like a bad person? I'm like, no, this I never would do. Literally. I was like, hey, this it really hurts me. He came back like 3 days later to apologize. I'm like, please, I'm done with you. Hey, Charlie, me I've been through things though. This relationship thing. That's why I said I just at this point I'm just looking for an old white man to enjoy my life with because I'm tired of this. Tell us some. Come and share yours. Come and share yours. I have a lot of experiences to share. Let me see if I can share another one. Which one? Which one again do I have? Oh, this one. No, this one I cannot share. This one. Hey, you won. Uh, so there was one that I cheated on one of my boyfriends, and then he caught me. He caught me. That would be for another day. I'm not sharing it today. That would be for another day. It was great. Like the way the whole thing happened there. So I'll just you. I had my phone and I was sending messages, right? So I was sending the messages, and then you know how like when you close like your iPhone and you open it, it opens up to the last message, like the last thing that you were doing on your phone. So me, I've just sent my messages, my messages, and I've left the phone, not knowing that my ex took the phone, went to the messages, and then what he did was he didn't close the message. He just like locked the screen, and then he kept it right beside him because we're that cool. Like we would share password. He would just open my phone anytime and all that. So me there, I'll just delete the things. But this one, I don't know what happened. I didn't delete it. So he took the phone, checked the message, and just locked the screen and put it right beside him. So I came before I left. We were watching a movie. So I came. I took the phone back. We lied down. I opened the screen, and the messages was on the screen. So like I was so confused. So the moment I opened and I saw the message, I just like logged it back again. And then he was like, why, what's wrong? And I said, oh no. So I stood up and I took my phone, like trying to. He was like, no, what's wrong? Like, what's going on? And I said, nothing, nothing. Oh, I made the dad, why? Please. He was talking plenty, Bisa. But challenge. Anyway, that's just by the way. Nobody has any story to share. Okay. I was checking some messages. Nobody has anything to share. Like, hey, am I the only weird person here? Because the things that I've been through in this relationship, wahala. please, if anybody else has like a story or anything to share, what are some of your challenges that you've been having dating in Ghana or outside Ghana? Please come share with me. Write it in the comment section. Let's get this. I was thinking that this thing is going to be interactive, but it looks like you people, well, you're not interested in sharing your experiences or what? Eh? Please let me know. But after that incident, have I gone out and I don't think I've experienced that one again. Like going out and then not being able to pay. Because after that, and growing up now, like if I step out and I know I cannot afford what I'm buying, the person has to be there. I don't know. But then also, I mean, if the person says take it, you can't really be thinking that, oh, maybe he will not pay, he will run away, so you won't take it. You will take it, even though you cannot afford it. Like the person is there. You are hoping and trusting that there will be a gentleman and just like pay for their stuff. But if it's something that like you go to the club or you go out to this like expensive place, I always have that in mind. Like, hey, what if this person, like leaves and doesn't pay? Like, then what happens? I'm always thinking about that. But thankfully, I don't think I've experienced that again. I don't think so. I don't think I've experienced that particular one. But I have experienced another crazy. Oh gosh, Yvonne. Hey, like you just be at your place, so you be minding your own business. Some guy be will say, oh, they've seen you and they like you. Okay, if you like me, then they'll just come and give you a holla. I'm like, what is this stress? Me that I'm there, I'm minding my own business. You come and like me, then you want to stress me for no reason. So that's Belinda says, if you are watching this live, send, yeah, please say something in the comments. Me, I don't know what to do with you people again. Anything I do, you people, you don't want to interact. Like, why? What should I do again? Story time, you won't say anything. Even common hi, cry, you people don't want to say hi. You are watching the thing, just type hi in the comments in the live. You not type. You not send emoji, you not send. Hey. You're waiting for me to be big. When I become big, I'm doing live. Then you be sending hi, I'm here, watching from here. Hey, yeah, bro, Ejuma radio. If you don't have passion for YouTube, honestly, you cannot do YouTube. Honestly, if you don't have passion for YouTube, it's not something that you can do at all, because the way people will just ignore you, Akasa. Belinda, I'm sending the fire emoji, right? Because I'm doing the live and watching at the same time. Where is fire emoji cry? Let me go and look at her. Fire emoji. Please like the video. Please like the video. Okay. The moment you can, please like the video for me, okay? Thank you so much. So the last time I checked, we are like 700 watch hours away. Actually, let me check again and see. I checked it this morning. So I'm hoping to get monetized by the end of the year, because I see that the watch hours are dropping since yesterday, but it's still good. It's still good, I would say. Oh, trying to check how many watch hours I need now. But guys, so I've shared my story already. If you just joined the live, hi, we're talking about some of the challenges of dating in Ghana. And then I shared some dating stories. So if you're joining and you want to share some of your story or you have some experiences, please, you can leave it in the comment section, or if you want to join the live, there's a link in there. You can join and then share some of your funny, crazy, or whatever experience. Oh, there's this funny one that I have. Let me share with you. It's a quick one. So I was with my ex, one of my boyfriend in second, I think after secondary school or whatever. And he came to visit me in my house. We're sitting outside just chatting, right? Then this lady with oranges, she was selling oranges. So she had arranged it nicely on her head and she was coming towards us. The moment I saw the lady, you know the power of thoughts and what you say with your mouth, there's really, really power in that. So I saw the lady coming and I was like, I said it in Chi, I'll translate, but hold on. I was like, hey, Nanka diwe suge ipani ni gata ni. And we were sitting right in front of a gutter. So what I literally said was, imagine that this lady just falls and all the oranges falls into the gutter. People, I'm not even joking. The moment I said that, literally, this lady just stumbled and hey, I will never forget that day. And all the oranges like from into the gutter. And this gutter is full of water. And my boyfriend was so angry. He was like, why would you say that? It wasn't even funny again. And I'm like, I don't know. I just thought it was funny. He was like, no, it's not funny. Like, that's her livelihood. And because of your words or whatever, everything just went into the gutter. I'm like, how is that my fault? I didn't think it was my fault. I was like, you just said it. Oh my gosh. That was really, that was bad. That was bad. Okay, so we still need, say, yeah, we need 700 watch hours to cross. So guys, please, 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 please go and watch my videos, share with your friends and all that. Please, okay? Watch it. I've created a playlist for my Vlogmas video. Watch them. And also let me know in the comment section, like, I've reached out to some people that you guys have suggested, but some of them are not in Accra, and it's kind of like impossible to travel to where they are at the moment and film with them. Some are also in Accra. So hopefully, if they're on board, I'll have them on my cooking show. But let me know, like, are you enjoying the show? Which one is your favorite so far? Let me know which of the episode is your favorite so far. Which one did you enjoy? Let me know so that I'll know how to improve on the discussion later, because I see this becoming something great. So I need your help to make it better. Okay? Who is watching me? So you guys enjoying the live. You didn't make okay, Yvonne, just it's okay. Don't get emotional about that. So I'm not going to get emotional about that. Ha! What else do we have to say? Kwame Ajiman says, hi. Nice seeing you live. Nice topic, but I guess I missed the whole show. You did. You missed the entire show. Now, I shared a story. It's a long story. I don't think I can share it again. Uh, and then we just talked about, some challenges that we face being single in our African setting. You know, some of the challenges like going on dates, how people expect you to behave, and the whole thing about that. That's just what we are discussing. So, and I was saying that I think most of our Ghanaian men and the African men, because of our culture, they have this mentality of how a woman should behave and act and all that. So on your first dates, like, even your appearance can literally put some typical Ghanaian man off and be like, oh, she's not a marriage material because she's wearing like jeans shorts or anklets with this. So it's like, oh no, I cannot take her home and all that. And then some men also, they feel like, should I say men or boys? Whatever. They feel like they have to take you home and then you have to cook for their parents to prove that you're a marriage material. But I'm not doing that. you know I'm not going to do that. So if you take me on a date and you be like, oh, when are you coming to my house to come and cook for me or all that, I'll be like, I'm not. So right from there, it means that, oh no, she's not a marriage material and all that. But no, I'm not coming to your house to cook. I have people that have been trying or whatever to date me, and up to date, anytime they call, they'll be like, hey, so you never cook for me to come and eat and all that. So I'm like, no, I don't even cook for myself, so I'm not cooking for you to come and eat. So if that's your basis for dating me, then I don't want to date you. No. Recently there was this guy who was like, oh, I really like you and all that. Now what I do is, the moment you say that, I let you know all the rules right from the onset. I'm not even going to pretend that I can do this, I can do that, I can do that. I'm not going to. I'll let you know right up that, hey, if you like me, that's cool, but this and that is what I expect or what I can do or whatever. So if you think that is okay with you, fine, then we can continue starting the relationship. If not, don't even think that you can change my mind. Yeah, maybe you can, but it's not like we are in the relationship because you think you can change me. I don't want that. So I was telling him that I'm not going to cook, clean, do all those things, the traditional stuff. I'm not going to do it. So I'm not saying you should do it. We'll just find somebody to do it, period. Just that I'm not going to do it. And then he was like, oh, but you have to cook for me. What if I'm sick and the maid is not there? You have to. He was just coming up with all these scenarios. And I'm like, those are, when you get there, you cross like, so if my husband is sick or my boyfriend is sick and the maid is not there to the maid is not there to cook for you, of course I can. It's not like I don't know how to cook. I know how to cook. I'm just not going to. I don't want it to be like an expectation, oh, I'm in a relationship because you have to cook for me, and please, I don't want that stress. uh um I become the fewer the merrier. The few of us here are enjoying the show. Oh, thank you so much. Kwame says, well, like, for real, what are your rules? It's not like rules, okay? Please, for dating you in person. It's not rules. I have my values and I have things that are important to me and all that. So it's not like a rule like, oh, you have to call me 3 times a day. And that's not what I'm talking about. I'm just saying that at this point, I will let you know what you'll be expecting or what you should expect from me as your girlfriend or wife or whatever. That's what I'm saying. It's not written rules that you have to do this and do that. So this guy was like just coming up with all these scenarios. And I'm like, the fact that you are so concerned and coming up with all these scenarios about cooking and cleaning and all that tells me that that is your main focus. And I don't want a man to marry me or whatever because I have to cook, clean. Please, I don't want to do that. So anyway, those are some of the challenges that I think I wish I had more like ladies share some of the experiences, but nobody is sharing their experiences. So I don't know. I wanted like different opinions to find out how other people also like what they've been through during the dating in this dating game. But even if you're a guy and you want to share yours also, maybe you have like this crazy experience or whatever, funny, interesting, weird, please, you can share it. Eh, African men says, well, let me be the author of the True One Rules and Regulations book. But on a serious note, I think they just want to be sure you can cook. But I also agree with your position. Yeah, it's not that they want to be sure you can cook. It's the mindset that they think, oh, she's just saying that. And I'm telling you, I've had a lot of conversation with guys, and they say that there was one guy in particular who said, "Oh, the lady that he's dating recently said the same thing, like, oh, me, I don't cook," he was laughing in his mind. He was like, "Oh, cry, Miss Sorry." Like it will get to a point you would want to cook for me, you know. So now I'm like, I don't. That's not what I don't want that. I don't want you to think that, oh, I'm just saying it today, but when we get serious, I will change my mind. No, I want you to understand that this is what it's going to be. So that when I do it once in a while, it's like, oh, damn, you cooked for me. That's great. That's sweet. Like, I don't want you to think, please, I'm not anybody's maid. Why? But yeah, I guess most men now. But on a serious note, I've been thinking about this for a while. Men will be like, "Oh, you want a man who is rich? What are you bringing on the table? This and that and that." Like they are always into what is a woman bringing on the table? What's a woman bringing on the table? And I recently stumbled upon an article, and the lady it was actually a video. The lady was like, you men say all these things like what do you women bring on the table and all that, but what do you as a man bring on the table aside money? you know Aside money, there's nothing else that men bring on the table. But then they expect women to bring all these things, carry them head, left, right, belly, bring everything else on the table. And it's like going for a feast, and the only thing you bring is your wallet. And then you want me to carry the food, carry the baby, carry the water. Like you want me to do literally everything. And all you bring is just one thing to the table. Yeah, money is good to solve all these other things, but then if you are bringing just money on the table, you don't demand for me to bring everything else on the table. Like the woman is literally carrying on the emotions of the marriage, like the baby clean, like we are literally doing everything else, and all that men bring on the table is just money. But you want a woman with all, like, I'm like, please, we also want a man with all these qualities. Why? We want a man who can cook, clean. I think now a lot of women want the same thing that men are looking for in women. We also want a man that can cook personally. If you can't cook, that's fine. We can get someone to cook for us. I don't have a problem with you not. You see, you see one of the things that I'm just saying. Are you saying you are an independent woman so much that you want to ignore household activities? But is it not part of marital mandatory? Excuse me. Nobody is talking about independent woman here. You see, the moment that I said it, the moment that an African lady is opinionated, there they tag you. I never mentioned independent. I never, the conversation I've had throughout this entire life, I never once mentioned that. And why is it that if I don't want to do household chores, then it means that I'm an independent woman? They don't even match. Kwame, your point doesn't match with what I'm saying at all. And then household activities. And why must it be me to do the household activities? Who said so? Because our parents said so. So I have to follow that. I have to get up, clean. Oh, what's in my throat? I have to wake up, clean the house. Why must I? That's what I'm saying. Why must I be the one to do it? Why can't anybody else do it? Of course, we have to clean the house, we have to cook, we have to wash the clothes, we have to do this, we have to do that. But it don't have to be me doing it. Okay, so please, there is not even an argument to have. We also want a man who can cook, clean, wash the dishes, hopefully carry a baby. If I had a man who can carry a baby, I would marry him and have him carry the baby for me. I really wish that that would happen in the near future. Like, there can be men who would carry babies, and then they will carry the baby and we all live happily ever after. And these things are not mandatory in marriage. Kweku. So are you saying that if somebody is not cannot cook, then they shouldn't marry? That's what you're saying literally, because then it's mandatory for her to cook. So if she can't cook, then it means she doesn't deserve to be married. Or if she doesn't know how to do household chores, then she doesn't deserve to be married. No. Please, come again with some comments. Why? Now, that's why you're saying there. It doesn't sit well with me. Anyway, so these are some of the challenges that I was talking about that we face as single women in Africa, in Ghana, dating. If you have any experience that you would like to share, please drop a comment. There's a link also. Let me share the link again, just in case somebody wants to join. Then they can join the live and share some of their experiences. So I'm going to drop the link again. African Amaze says, I have a lot to say on this topic. I resisted the urge to join, but I can't hold myself anymore because it's getting interest. Oh, okay. Let me drop the link so that you can join. 1 minute. I hope you're not switching to the independent woman thing, because me, I don't know why like men are so afraid of that word. The moment they hear, oh, independent woman, it's like, why is she independent? Yes, so it means that she doesn't want to cook, she doesn't want to wash. Hey, why? Why doesn't she want to? I'm the man of the house. She should. Please relax. Nobody is fighting you. We are just saying that we don't want to. And even that has nothing to do with independent woman. Me saying that I don't want to cook or clean has nothing to do with being an independent woman. Okay, so I've shared the link. Africa Maids, you can join. Oh, I think it hasn't. Yeah, the link is there, so you can join and then share. Yeah, share your experience. But mind you, you're going to share some story dating experience before you leave. So please make sure that you have that ready before you join. Okay. So I'm waiting for you to join. And if anybody else wants to join, the floor is open. We are talking about challenges of dating in Ghana and in Africa. And then if you have some dating stories, crazy, interesting, weird, whatever it is, to share, please come share. Okay. If I have to, what do I have to do? Okay. Yeah, so the link is here. Africa Amaze, please. You said you wanted to join. Please join. Let me sip some alcohol. No, it's what? I have some hiccups. But seriously, I really don't get, like, I want to know from you people what your take is on this independent women thing. First of all, I think that the whole concept of an independent woman has been taken so out of context. The definitions have twisted, and it's making it look like the moment you are tagged as an independent woman, it means that um, like you don't respect a man, you don't need a man. Like, but I don't see it as such. I feel like generally an independent person is just somebody who can take decisions on their own, who can be by themselves, who is not dependent on another person. In so many ways, it doesn't have to only be like financially. In so many ways, because there are people that I believe that they can be financially independent, but then they'll be dependent on other people in so many other areas. Like they have the money, but even to go to a shop and buy something, they need to they have to go with somebody. They have to go with somebody because they cannot just enter a shop, buy something for themselves and come out. They have to depend on other people's opinion to get themselves something. So such a person, I don't think they are an independent person. In general, male or female, if they have to make a decision, somebody has to approve it. They have to. I'm not saying that you cannot you cannot seek advice or stuff like that, but there are people like that. It has to always be somebody. Okay, Africa Amaze. Hey, have I done this? Add to stream. Okay, yeah. Hi.
Hello, Truvon.
Welcome to my live.
Thank you for having me. In fact, before I even
Yeah.
say anything, you've been distracting. I'm currently writing a film, and your feed came up, and so I'm distracted, and I just lost my attention. I was concentrating on your show.
Oh, sorry about that. But I'm very sure you will get some more inspiration after this. So don't
Yeah, for sure,
worry.
for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah. So, like I said, I don't claim to be a relationship expert myself. I haven't really been in so much of relationships, but I grew up in the house of a human rights lawyer where
Okay.
they deal with so many issues in terms of
Yeah.
marriage or dating and
Marriage
relationships.
relationships.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm kind of experienced, not too much on a personal note, but
Yeah.
upon observing a lot of cases that have come before the court and all that. And myself,
Okay.
I've also studied a little bit of law, although I've done copyright law, but that is outside
Oh,
the realms
okay.
of relationships. But
Yeah.
I identify myself not as a feminist, but I do associate myself with people who preach feminism. And so it's quite very intriguing with some of the things that you said, because for me personally, I've always advocated that if you look at the root cause of some of the things that you are saying, it's just by the making of the society. Society has
Yeah.
woven certain kind of things for what people can do, and
Yeah.
it's
Definitely.
more of the fact that they've said that kind of parameters for what a man should be and what a
Yep.
female
The woman should
or
be.
girls can do or what men can do. And psychologists are saying that these are things that have been made up by society. They argue that apart from the physical features that might separate a man from a woman, feminism is
Yeah.
taught, and being a male is
Yeah.
actually taught.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is why
Yeah.
you get up. I know that if I wear this is for a male, or if I wear this is for a female. That means
Very
it's been
true.
taught.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been taught that a man is not supposed to cook, or I'm not supposed to cook for
Yeah.
my wife. I've been taught that maybe I'm not supposed to carry the baby. So it's
Yeah.
more of the society. However,
Society.
society is changing, because at the end of the day, if you refer to the fact that maybe your mother was doing certain things for your dad
Mm-hmm.
at home, now just take a look at the fact that now most of women are now career women. And
Yeah.
imagine, let's say you are a
Exactly.
doctor, you have to wake up in the morning. This man cannot wash, this man cannot cook, he can't do
Yeah.
anything for himself. And practically, I've seen a medical doctor who, when she leaves the house, the husband cannot do anything. And if she has, let's say, she has to attend to 150 patients in a day, and she has to come back home, let's say 11:30 to 12 midnight, the husband will literally have to sit in the hall wait for her
And
to
wait
return,
before he can eat something. That's
with a
crazy.
medical doctor, return home at that ungodly hour, and would have to serve the husband. And this kind of
Imagine.
things for me kind of tears the marriage apart at the long run. No matter how, imagine, no matter
Exactly.
how this lady loves you,
Yeah.
with all this pressure
Wow.
coming, at one point in time, she's definitely going to start losing
She's going to
some of
break.
these
Yeah.
things. So for me,
Mhm.
I feel like we can't keep relying on the kind of typical local indigenous African
No, we
teaching
can't.
or those kind of
We
things
can't.
that we were taught in those days. Times have changed, and so I think we also really have to change along. However,
Yeah.
having said that, as a side of siding with you, what I also say is that I feel like for most quote unquote modern women, I feel like most people, their expectations too are kind of too much in terms of what you expect your man.
Are you
So
so are you
in
the expectation is it are you is it monetary expectation you're talking about, or you're talking about expectation as in society, like in general? Because most men, when they say expectation, it means
Mm,
that money.
yeah. Okay, so in this regard, let's say not. I'm looking at it beyond the money. I don't want to box myself in this regard. So I'm looking at it in terms of the fact that, like, I'm advocating that at least a man should be able to cook. He should be able to do some basic things so that you'll be able to help your wife out. That is what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, let's not forget that it's just times that are changing, but also as part of nature, men have been wired in certain ways. They have this thing they call ego, but I always say ego.
No, we
I
also have
always say
ego.
ego. I say ego. It means it can just break.
Have
Ego.
ego.
Ego simply means ego. I usually tease that it means ego. It can just break. So don't
Yeah, they
rely
can
on your
actually
ego.
break.
Right.
But even
So
the ego, I think the ego is fed with what you said, the
yeah, it's
society, the
thought. It's
teachings,
thought.
the teachings of society. Because if you
Sure.
grow up in a home where you cook with your mom and all the duties are shared equally, you don't
Right.
have an ego when you have to carry water for your wife. Like, you don't care about that. You don't see
Sure.
it as it being an egoistic whatever it is. Like, you don't care about washing for your wife. If somebody is talking about it, it doesn't break your ego in any way.
Yeah.
Because, as you said, the mindset, you were taught that this is okay for a man to do. The moment you feel like it's not okay for a man to do, that's when the ego comes into play.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh no, there's no way I can do that. That's not manly to do.
Yeah.
And I have this ego that is bigger than my head and all that.
So for me,
So
the way forward for me at this stage is that change, it's something that is very gradual. It's going to take time, but eventually we are going to get there one day. So one thing I would say is that don't be afraid to discuss certain things with your man. And I always say, if a man will
oh
get
me, I'm not
angry because
afraid.
of the fact that you are trying to discuss your love language, then I'm not sure he or she truly loves you like they claim they do.
Yeah.
So one thing I always advise young women is that be very open, be very plain, have a discussion, because trust me,
Yeah.
most people suffocate in marriages or in relationships because they don't really
Yeah.
have open
They don't have
conversations
a say.
about things. Yeah, so
Yeah.
sometimes a lady might not be happy with the way her boyfriend or husband is behaving, but because of that societal upbringing, it doesn't look like
Yeah.
she doesn't want it to look
That's
like I'm challenging my husband or my boyfriend. So she has to keep it in. But eventually, the more you keep absorbing in things that you are supposed to bring out
you
or you are
start to
supposed to discuss, when you everything breaks loose, then
yeah.
the relationship gets to
That's
a
when
point
you
of
go
no
and bring
return.
some issue 3 years ago and start this. And the man is like, I don't even remember this because it happened like 3 years ago. Yes, because there
Right,
was a build up. I get
you're
that.
right.
That's what I said.
Yeah,
At this point in my life, the moment I there's somebody like maybe I have a crush on or somebody approaches me, it's not like, as Kwame was saying, like rules and regulations. No, it's like, this is my stand on life at this moment. And
Right.
if you think that you're going to be with me, this is how you should picture our life together. And I'm
Yeah.
also
So,
open to change
Trubon,
all my life.
let me share this secret with you. Not to cut you short, but one way to go about this is that, you see, at the end of the day, in as much as a man loves you, because of the kind of societal upbringing men get, the least thing they want to, or the kind of image they want to put out there is your wife or your girlfriend controls you. Men
Yeah.
shy away, or they don't like to create that kind of an image, so that it looks like,
Yeah.
they say this man,
Oh,
his
she's
wife controls
controlling
him,
me.
or this girl, or this guy, the girlfriend controls him. Whatever the
Yeah.
girlfriend says or whatever the wife says,
That's
he can't
true.
resist. So because of that, when you want him to do something for you, you have to also find a very polite way or nice ways of inviting a man. Let's say you want him to be helping you in the kitchen, or you want him to do something. Even you yourself, the men should also learn to talk back. It's reciprocal.
Oh yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
sure
yeah.
anyone is there to be a lording over another person, or commanding the next
Hmm.
person, as if the person is a maid. And so for me, it all boils down to communication. So if you want him to help in
That's
something,
true.
you have to be able to communicate that
To communicate.
politely. But as much as the question I also give to women is that, don't also get to a point where you make it too much, or you make it to look like it's his responsibility to do certain things. I'm sure most of the
But
men
why?
who
Okay,
willingly,
but why is it a woman's responsibility? Men always make it a woman's responsibility. So why can't I make it a man's responsibility also? You see?
so yeah,
Because
so
hold on.
all right,
Back then, decades ago, years ago, right? The
yeah,
society bring setup is the man goes to work, right, and then the
right,
woman stays home and cater for the house. And I'm
mm,
like, yeah, I mean, if I've been home 24/7 and my husband is going out and bringing in the money, I'm so excited to cook for him, because I know that when he comes back, it's like, oh, babes, take this thing and put it in your pocket. Like, I'm excited to do that because
right,
I know he's working hard to provide for me. So I don't mind cooking for him and all that. So we
right,
all enjoy, right? And then
yeah,
times change, and now you leave at 6, and I probably leave at 5:30. I leave earlier than you,
right,
because you men now want a woman who can um bring 50-50 on the table,
right,
right? Now you don't want to bring 100% on the table again. You want a woman who can also contribute financially. So I have
right,
to now wake up at 6 a.m. with you and all go to work, because I want to contribute and help my husband. Now it's my responsibility to contribute and help. But then after that, after breaking my rule, my societal rule of not being a housewife and contributing for the home, I still have to keep the other rule of being responsible for all these other things. Now I've taken half of your
right,
responsibility, added to mine, and I have to deal with my own 100% responsibility. And you guys are not complaining about that. You're not complaining about the fact that now a woman has to provide 50-50 in the home. You are not complaining. You are happy that, oh, society has changed, the culture has changed. Oh, bring it on. When you ask the man, who are you looking for? I'm looking for somebody who can provide, can help me in the home and all that. Okay. But when it comes to household chores, it's all on the woman, because that's what society taught us. No, I think we also have created a system where we pick what we think will benefit us and preach it, and then we let the other ones be like, oh, that is our culture. There's a man cannot wash a woman's panty. It's our culture. But then a woman can provide 50-50 in the home because that benefits the man, right? But having to wash the panties and all that, because it doesn't benefit him, then that's culture. You don't change culture. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
What's
So
what's your
so
take
so
on that?
Yeah, so I think, like I said, everything is gradual, but I kind of in my first years of my master's program at the University of Ghana, there was this paper I worked on about feminism, and
Yeah.
that really opened my eyes a lot because the world over, most feminists, or let me say, feminist scholars, if you observe the kind of discussions that is going around, or let me say on the topic, there is one consensus that everybody, or let me say, there is a point of convergence of all their thoughts, and the thought is that this whole fight for women, it's not about women claiming equality or women trying to lord over men. I think
Yeah.
that is the mistake. Most men think that the fight, or let me say, the whole concept of feminism, it's a fight for
It's
women claiming to
exactly.
be equal or
Exactly.
claiming to be the bosses.
Yeah.
But
Hmm.
the bottom line of the fight, or let me say, all what people are saying is that they just want that you recognize the rights of the women as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So far as you are recognizing the rights of the men, the rights of the women should also be
Should be
respected.
recognized.
But I think
Exactly.
this whole confusion comes in because most of the men are misinterpreting the whole thing to be
They are
women are trying to
misinterpreting
be the
it.
bosses or
Exactly.
trying to lord over the whole
Yeah.
issue. So for me,
Even with
I
this independent woman thing, I think it's the same thing when it comes to like a woman being independent. The man is
yeah,
like, oh, then like there's a war coming. Like, why is she doesn't need it? Like, I'm like, no, we've misinterpreted the
yeah,
whole concept and taken it out of context, and now it's like the moment you mention in the see, I wasn't even talking about independent woman. I just said I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that, and somebody tags you as, oh, it means that you're an independent woman. Why do you hate men? Why don't you want to do? I'm like, Jesus. It's just crazy. Is it that you men are so afraid of, because I think men know that women have power. Women really, really have power.
right,
So uh,
sure,
all these societal things is just to, camp us so that you don't have the ability to let your power loose, because they know that we are very powerful. So the moment they give us like the platform to display it, it's going to be it's going to be crazy. I think men are afraid of women, and that's why they are doing
yeah,
all these things. Just
yeah. So for
keep
me,
us in
like
a
I said,
box.
yeah. So one personally, one major criticism I kind of pointed out to most of the feminist fighters that I've met in my life is the fact that I think they really need to work on their approach, because
Yeah,
when you are dealing with these men who have been taught to be egoistic,
yeah,
you have to be very careful with the approach, because it takes time for you to be able to um, kind of imbibe, or let me say, preach the word of change into someone's life. It's something that
yeah.
you build on gradually. And for me, like I said, I don't say I'm a relationship person, but the one or two relationship that I've been, I will boldly tell you that, see, I'm a student. I see relationship like a school. And
Hmm.
so I want you to be opened. Anything that will make you lose it for me, or anything that doesn't make you comfortable, or anything that you don't want,
Yeah,
spell
yeah,
it out. I'm ready to learn. Even if you think it's against my traditions or
yeah.
whatever. Because,
So let me
for
know.
example, I'm born and bred in the northern part of Ghana, and I come from a royal family. My dad is a chief. I'm a prince. So I do
Yeah,
have a lot of privileges, okay, and not doing lots of things in the house
yeah,
because there's people to do that. But ironically, I'm someone who rather doesn't shy from that. I don't know, probably maybe it's because I got so much deep into this feminism thing, studying so
oh
much
yeah,
about
that's
women.
for sure.
I got so intrigued. I got so intrigued about this whole concept of how women are treated in society, which I feel like is not fair on
It's
their
really
part.
not.
So that's why I said, although I don't tag myself a feminist, but I feel like I'm kind of like an advocate for women because I feel like women have to be given, those equal chances. But at the end of the day, for me, I know that deep down the heart of the men, if the women actually team up in the right way, they are going to be unstoppable. And so, and so the men find
Yeah.
very subtle ways of distracting them. Unfortunately, the women also do
Exactly.
fall
That's
for
what
it.
I'm saying. That's what I'm
The women
saying.
also do fall for it because trust me, and this is not backed by science or whatever, but just by my own observation. Trust me, if you put together, let's say 10, 15 women right now, and just put together 4 or 3 men and give them the opportunity, they can find ways of separating this women group easily.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just 3 or 4 men. And so that's why I said at the end of the day, the men, because they are afraid, and so you ask men, they will never confess to you. They will never tell you that they are afraid of a woman. Okay.
Of course.
Because
Why should I be
it
afraid of a
it's
woman?
good. But
Yeah.
inside somewhere, some of these things you might not be admitting them, but deep down
Yeah.
inside somewhere, you are afraid of what a woman can do. I have known friends who were like best friends from childhood, and they got married, and each one's wife had a different idea, and
Yeah.
it ended up. And so women have a lot of power, and even when they were having issues, for some of us who were privy to the background story of how some of the small skirmishes that were having started, you could really tell that it was the women who led them to that point, but the men would never
Yeah.
accept it. That
Oh, of
is
course.
their wives or the women who were pushing, because they don't want it to look like my wife is controlling me or my
Your wife is
girlfriend has a say
controlling
in my
you.
life. I
Yeah.
know many men that sometimes the girlfriend or wife will even give advice and he will do both, say, I won't take it. But immediately the girlfriend or the wife turns back, then he will sit back again. Hey, what he has said is true.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
behind you, he will go and implement it. But
Yeah. But then in front of you,
but
be
he wouldn't
like,
want to confess
no.
in front of you because it will make him look very vulnerable, and maybe he's afraid that you might take advantage of that in the near future and start doing. So sometimes I feel like even if you have control of your man, they try to hide it in so many ways because sometimes they're
Yeah.
afraid that if they let you know your full potential, you might misuse your powers. And so they try
But
as
then
much as possible to rubbish some of the
men
things
misuse
off,
their
not to let
powers all
you.
the time. Men misuse their powers all the time, and then we don't complain about it. So what if we want to misuse our power? And so what? It's just not fair, like how society puts so much pressure. Because now, as a woman, you have to be a career woman. You have to have your own money before
Right,
a man will get serious with. That's now the pressure, the additional pressure on women. Like you have to have. So as a woman, if you're not doing anything and maybe like you're just enjoying your life, then it's like, oh, she's not a marriage material and all that. So you have to be a career woman, and then you have to do all these other things again for your man. It's just not fair. It's really, really not fair. And but then I think most of the youth now
yeah,
are coming along, like they understand and they don't feel shy being a helper in their homes and all that. So that's a good thing for the
mm,
future generation. But
yeah,
still there are some young ones that when I hear some of the comments they make, I'm like, I want to break your neck. There was last week I went on a walk. I think it was Sunday no, it was Saturday. I went for a walk and I met this group of friends, guys, at most in their early 30s, but they don't look like 30s, maybe like 25, 26. Like four of
right,
them having conversations. So I was just passing by and I heard one guy, he was like, oh, you don't have to stress about these incomplete human beings. So when I heard the phrase, I thought that maybe he was talking about somebody who was handicapped, like physically handicapped.
right,
So I thought it was like a little funny, like why would you describe the person as incomplete? Because they don't have like a full arm or something. And
right.
as I passed, so the friends were like, what do you mean? And he was like, oh, I said these women that God created, they are incomplete. Like after don't you remember after God created everything and he said everything is good. Like, I have finished, everything is good. He was using some phrase like that. Women were
Yeah.
not part, right? So he's
Yeah.
saying that in his defense for women not being complete, when God completed all his creation and he liked it and he was like, this is complete, I really love this, a woman was not part. And I'm like, and this is somebody born of a woman. So if you are describing women as incomplete, where is your mindset at? Like, where's your mind at right now in this 21st or 22nd, whatever century? It's 2021, and you're describing the man incomplete object. And I'm like, what? This person probably has a girlfriend, like 2 or 3 girlfriends, and it was just crazy. And then I had somebody, literally, this guy was like 23. He said, as a woman, if you don't know how to cook, then why are you getting married? This is a 23 year
So
old, somebody in university.
yeah, yeah. True one. Let me ask you your take on this. Now, there are lots of people who are so afraid that, for example, if you don't know how to cook and you go to your husband's house, and let's say your husband brings in, let's say a house help, or to be doing the cooking for your husband, and probably the house help does lots of things. Maybe all you do is just to graze his bedroom or his bed. A lot of people are always afraid that, so that means that the sex is just the only component missing. So if in your absence the other lady does everything for him, so maybe he might as well just fill in the last gap, which is just the sex, to make it
The sex.
complete.
But why must you have the person living there? You can have a chef, you can order for food. Like, you don't have to have somebody live in your home and be cooking for your husband,
Hmm.
right? You don't have to do that. Like, me with my mindset that I don't want to, it's not because I don't know how to cook, but my thing is, I don't want that societal pressure of this is your duty. You get it? Because
Hmm.
it's not. Sometimes I wake up and I don't want to cook. But then if my husband is expecting me to cook because it is my duty, it is my duty as a wife, then it's like, even if I'm sick, I have to cook for my husband because it's my duty. I don't want that. I want to be free and say, hey honey, like today I don't feel like cooking. Can you buy something when you're coming in, or let's go out to eat, or let's
Hmm.
just order from somewhere, or whatever, let's just fast this weekend. I want to have that liberty of just doing what I feel at any time and not feeling like it's a duty. And so the moment you don't do it, it means that you've disrespected your husband, or you've broken marital rules. Who wrote the rules? You get it? Who wrote the rules? Because what works for you in your marriage may not work for me in my marriage. So whose rules
Right.
are we using? Who wrote the rules that a woman should cook? So if I grew up and I don't know how to cook, or I don't enjoy cooking, then it means that I cannot marry. Because if I marry and then, God forbid, I bring in a house help, my husband is going to sleep with the house help, then it means that I shouldn't marry because I don't know how to cook. So what about the man? Like, can't he learn how to cook and cook so that we don't have to bring in a maid so that he will end up sleeping with her? You get my point. So it's just like, and then also I see it to be like, if you truly, truly love someone, some of these things is not even a question. Like, if you're a man and you really love your wife, and you see that, like, she's struggling in the kitchen, she's doing this, the kids are all over her, she's baking, she's doing this, and you're just like in the living room and you're watching Africa Amaze like this. Like, there should be something in you, even if you don't know how to cook, to be like, what can I do to help? I've been in
Hmm.
relationships like that. Like, my partner works at cooking, but he will just come and sit there. Yeah. It's what are you doing right now? You're cutting onions. Hey, you put it in the oil. Like, he will not do anything. No, literally, he will not do anything. But he will just be with you, talk, annoy you with all his stories and all that. But it was fun. So by the time you know, you are done cooking and you are eating. But there's some that will just be somewhere. There's somebody I know whose husband says that he doesn't eat leftover food. How can you even
Yeah.
say that? How can you say you don't eat leftover food? So your wife literally has to cook every day. I am not doing that. Like I cannot
I
buy.
mean,
I can.
this is a conversation that will never end because, like I said,
Yeah.
but one thing is that I admire your courage for speaking up, but like I said, it's not easy because at the end of the day, too, it boils down to individual
Yeah.
difference. But I always say that at the end of the day, this boils down to communication. There is someone out
Yeah.
there who would definitely understand your line of thoughts.
Yeah.
I always say, if you look at history, at every point in time where there is change, people are so much afraid of change. I
Yeah.
tell people
Exactly.
that sometimes even unreligious people are afraid of death, although they don't even believe that God exists. We are all afraid
Yeah.
of death because of the
Because
change
it's
of
a
environment.
change. It's change. Yeah. And
Because
you
you are
don't
not
know.
too
It's,
sure whether there's actually a life there or not. And even if you're a
yeah.
Christian, Muslim, or whatever, and you believe in the afterlife, you are not still too sure where you even
Too sure
belong when
what's
you go
going
there.
on there.
So it's
Yeah.
a concept. So generally, human being are like we are so much
Afraid.
afraid of change. But those who, despite the fear, take the bull by the horn to still confront the situation are those who
Yeah.
win. So I admire your courage, and I will say that you are going to find men who are going to challenge your position, men who are going
Oh
to
yeah.
despise your position,
It's not
who are
I
not going
hope.
to like
I've
it at
already
all,
found a
because
lot of men.
your ideas are a complete paradigm shift from what we are used to. But like I
Yeah.
said, that is the future, that is the way forward. And so what I would just say is that keep fighting for what you believe in.
Oh,
I,
definitely.
I, I just hope you don't boil into our pressure, because maybe today I'm speaking with so much scholarly mind, but probably I might not be so
Yeah.
in real life in some situations,
Oh yeah, of
because like
course.
I said,
Of course.
these things are ingrained in our minds. So sometimes for some of us who are even self-conscious, so
Yeah.
you even do them without knowing. But later on say, hey, did I just say that? Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. That I mean, then you come back because they are so much ingrained in your
In
system. You've been
you
taught
that
to
you do
learn.
it on
Yeah,
unconsciously. Yeah.
yeah,
That's
unconsciously, because they are so much part. But one thing I will always say, and I still always believe in, is that I always say, whether boyfriend or husband, any man who beats his wife
oh yeah. No.
and you don't repent, I ask God that
No, no,
if
no.
the concept of heaven and hell is real, I'm not sure those men should go to heaven. I'm sorry. Because let's
Yeah.
say you stick with, let's go by the traditional concept of what a woman is supposed to do, like what we are used to, not what we are discussing now,
Yeah.
where the woman is supposed to cook for you, wash for you. So
Yeah.
after doing all of these
Oh,
things and you come back home, and trust me, I have been in most positions. I've traveled to every nook and cranny of Ghana, not just the cities. I've traveled to villages everywhere.
yeah.
And you meet, quote unquote, sorry, but useless men. I call them
Mm-hmm.
useless men because he can't even provide for the
They don't
family.
have anything. They
But
are not
he
bringing
goes
anything to the
out,
table.
drinks with his friends on credit, do everything, come back home and ask the wife, "Where is my food?" And the wife puts the food on the table, he eats. And this man, after eating, will not allow this woman to sleep in the night, will still go and disturb her. And comes in the morning, this woman makes a mistake. I won't even call it a mistake. This woman does something that you don't believe in, or you have
You
a
don't.
contrary
Yeah.
view to, and you have the guts to raise
To
your
beat
hands
her.
and beat her. Come on. I
Oh,
mean,
let me tell you this story. This funny story. I have a friend from the north, and she was telling me a story that there was this man and there was this family in their neighborhood. The man would
right.
always beat the wife, like for no, as you're saying, go out, come back. Where's my food? Maybe it's not ready. And he had a son. The son will always be like, "Stop beating my mother! Stop beating!" Like every time he's
Yeah.
separating them, like crying and all that. So there was one time he told the father that, "Stop beating my mother. Stop beating my mother. Otherwise, one day I'll beat you. One day I'll beat you." Oh, he didn't stop. Then the guy went to secondary school, came back, and Oh, so Kwame is asking, what about women who beat up their husbands? Okay, we'll talk about that later. So this guy went to secondary school, came back the very day he got home. The father was beating the mother. Hey, this guy just left the bag down. The way he beat the father, and everybody was just standing there because they had had enough of the man like beating the wife. This
Sure.
like hair or bapana, like he really like, my friend was like, hey, that day everybody was laughing in the neighborhood. It was like he was so fed up. Oh, he beat the
You,
man. The man left. He didn't come back home for like 1 week until the guy left back to school.
he has
I'm
met
like,
his meter.
that's a good. I really wish that everybody would do that. Like, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, so like the question the gentleman was asking like
Yeah.
this, it all boils down to, like I said, communication is so much very important
Mm-hmm.
in relationships. And for me, men, I've met some men who will say an excuse, oh, I'll ask, why did you have the guts to hit your wife? Why,
To hit your
how
wife.
could
Yeah.
you raise your hand to hit? I mean, is that, and you say, oh, she's so annoying. And sometimes they will say, women
It's
are so
not.
annoying. I would say, good. For me, that means you are wrong. Just for you knowing very well that in your head, for
Yeah,
you
it's
even knowing that
annoying.
women
It's
are
true.
annoying, because once you, I always say, once there is a problem and you've identified the problem, the next thing is finding a solution.
Yeah.
Beating is not a
It's not
solution.
a solution.
Probably
Obviously.
walking away is the best way,
The
might be
best
a
way, of
solution.
course.
Walking away,
No, but
maybe you are so
why
temperamental that
would
when
you
she
feel like
starts those things, or when she's fond of saying things that makes you angry, because you've already admitted that she's annoying, so you need to
yeah,
prepare for that. And so maybe your preparation for that, your antidote is that when she starts those things, walk away. And
you
if
walk
she's a
away.
very good woman, when she comes back to her senses of mind, she herself will say, oh, I'm sorry. That's why I say at the end of the day, it boils down to communication. And so for me,
Exactly.
even admitting that your wife or
You're
girlfriend is
mistake.
annoying, that's why you hit her,
That's
it's an admission of
yeah.
failure on your part. Because once you know the problem,
Exactly.
you
Why
need to
must you beat
find
her?
concrete solutions. Because at the end of the
Why
day,
must you
you
beat her?
you chose to stay with her as a girlfriend or a wife, and
Mm-hmm.
there's no perfect one out there. And so you chose to make some compromises. And once you chose to make some compromises, you need to find solutions to those that are worse of problems. And so if you didn't find
Yeah.
better solutions or design better solutions for your problems, then you are at fault, not her.
No, but I mean, my problem is, why
It's
is beating like your first course of action? Because women don't just like start beating our husband. Like, it's not something. If I have a problem with my husband, I'll probably like insult you. Like, beating, raising my hand is not my first thought of action. So why must it be for you? There's so many ways. Like, if you want to punish the person, there are so many ways that you can punish. Why is it that
move
men
on.
feel
You
like
see,
the
you
moment
see,
a
the
woman is
gentleman, the gentleman is asking the question because me personally, I've witnessed a woman who is so huge than the husband. The husband does something, she just grabs him and beat him.
but I don't also think that is right though. I don't think that hitting, even when it comes to
I mean,
children and
from
all that, I
both
don't
sides,
think.
it's wrong. I think
Yeah,
what we should make it
yeah.
clear, from whether it's the man or the woman, it's wrong. Any
And
of
even
you,
on kids,
you need to
even on
find solution.
children, I still think it's wrong. Like,
Yeah,
hitting any person in particular, like serious hitting. It's not like just like, oh yeah,
yeah,
beating, or but serious,
mm,
like to beat somebody. It's a no
right.
no. Like, it's out of the question at all. There's so
Mm,
many ways that if you want to punish somebody, you can punish them. Like, it doesn't have to be beating.
right.
So this is oh, okay. Yeah, this topic there, it's crazy, but yeah, I really appreciate your inputs, and as you said, like me, I would let you know at this point. I've said it. I'll let you know from the onset, because I don't want you to have a certain expectation on me
Right.
when I know that I cannot deliver, at least not now. I may deliver later, whatever, but I don't want it to be like, because I have people who be like, oh, I've known you for several years, you've never cooked for me. Yeah, because I don't want to cook for you. And some people will be like, I've never tasted your food, so I don't know if you're a good cook or whatever. I'm like, I don't cook. I'm not a good cook. So just take it like that, you know. So I will let you know. But then if initially, before like maybe this year, I didn't have those things, just like I wouldn't do it. I'm not going to tell
Right.
you that I'll not do it, but I'll not do it eventually. So I'm not a girlfriend. I've never been the girlfriend that will come to your house to cook, to wash for you. I've never been that type. But now I
Mm.
feel like I owe it to the men to let them know that, hey, like I won't be doing this and this and that, so that you don't have, because I always have like, and then they'll be like, oh, so you won't come and wash for me. I'll be like, no, I'm not coming to wash. So in my mind, I knew that it's something that they expected me to do, and when they
Mm.
ask, I'll tell them that I'm not doing it. Right. But now I want you to know from the beginning, so that you know what you're getting yourself into. So you don't feel like, oh, maybe I don't like you or whatever. That's why I'm not coming to cook and wash. I've never been that type of girlfriend. Never. Come and, hey, please, have you seen my nails? I'm not about to be washing and all that with these nails. Please, you'll get somebody to wash for you and you pay the person. And then luckily, the people that have been very exclusive with also are, and I get it, like if you don't have the same mindset, I think I cannot date you in the first place. Because if your
Sure.
values and my values are completely different, there's no way I can be attracted to you. So the people that have been exclusive with are people who don't also feel like, oh, yeah, my girlfriend, and you have to come and cook and clean and all that. Like most of them would never ask me to come and do that. So it's like,
Right.
okay, we just move. But in this Charlie, this dating thing, Akasa, it's a whole mess, eh?
Like I said, you
It's,
would definitely find those who believe
oh yeah, yeah.
in your style of thinking or whatever that you are preaching right now. But of course, you must be ready for it, because there's a lot of backlash out there, because
Oh
in the kind
yeah.
of society where we, like I said, change is not an easy thing. You're advocating for something that is so much very ingrained in,
Yeah.
especially African societies. And
And even some
so
of the women,
you
you have some of
out
the
of a
women
lot.
bashing you, you know, because
Yeah,
they'll be like,
yeah,
oh, as a woman, you should cook for your husband. I've had this
yeah.
discussion with some women, and then so now initially I didn't want to talk about it, but I'm like, it's my life. I have to let people know that
Yeah,
I'm not doing this. But
yeah,
before that, like when you tell people, they look at you, even women, they look at you like, hey, when you're papa, and then you won't marry. You know, people will tell you that. Some women will tell you that, hey, then you won't find any man to marry. Why? And I'm like,
yeah,
no, there are people out there who don't want to stress their wives. So I'm looking for somebody like that, you know.
yeah.
So yeah, you get a backlash from society, from men, and from women also, telling you
Because
that
for
no, you
me,
can't do
I like 99% of most of the men I know from where I come from,
Oh
with
yes.
your ideas and what we are talking about right now, they are going to call you lazy. They are going to
Oh,
call you all sort of names.
I had somebody.
In fact,
I had a friend.
some people are will be so much
Yeah,
enraged that they
yeah.
will even curse you for saying that you won't cook for your husband.
Africa means I had a friend, a Nodna. The lady that I told me the story about the boy beating the
Right.
father. She's a Nodna, married to a Nodna, and we went out one day, and I don't I don't eat fufu, right? So
Right.
but I know how to prepare it. Although I don't eat it. So I never have the things to prepare, the mortar and the paste. So I don't have it in my home. I will never buy it. It's one thing that it will not enter my kitchen ever. So we went out to eat, and we were having like similar discussion in the homes in the car. And I was like, hey, my husband is not going to eat fufu because I'm not pounding fufu for him. It's one of the dishes that I'm not doing in my house completely. So me, I thought we were just having conversation. I was talking, and my friend was laughing and all that. The next day, she called me and she was like, "And the husband said I should never say that thing again because I will not have a husband if I say that. How can you say that you won't prepare, you won't cook fufu for your husband? What if that's the food that your husband can like wants to eat? Like and like she was serious about the seriousness with which the husband was saying those things. And I'm like, are you guys serious? So I can do everything else in this world, but I don't want to prepare fufu. So you will not marry me. Then you, the husband, you are not serious. Then I don't want to be with you, literally. If because I will not cook fufu for you, fufu that you will get in every corner in this house. And I remember when we were having the discussion, he asked me like, "Oh, what if your husband wants to eat fufu?" And I jokingly said, "Oh, I'll make the soup. Then he can go and buy the fufu outside and come and eat. But fufu pound, I'm not pounding in my home." Oh, this man took the thing serious that the wife had to call me like and
Yeah,
advise me. Oh, she was
it's
advising me.
serious. It's really
And
that's what I'm
I'm like,
saying.
because I will
I
not do
know some
one.
of the things you are preaching will enrage so many men that you'll be surprised some of the things people can say to you for some of the things that you are saying.
And I'm like, wow, because I'll not make fufu. So imagine I can do everything else, but I don't want to do fufu. You will not marry me. Hey. And I get that a lot. Like anytime I talk about like, oh, I'm not pounding fufu and all that. Me, I'm not pounding fufu and I'm not doing palm nut soup in my house ever. Like I'm not doing it. If my mother, if I want to eat palm nut soup, I'll call my mother. She'll make it and bring it to me. Sometimes though, she will make the palm. She will cook it, pound it and everything. She will bring it to me. It will be in the freezer and then it will get spoiled. Because for me to remove it and even make the palm nut soup, I will not do it. Palm nut soup and fufu is two things that I will never do in my house. And I always say it to people like anytime I'm having a conversation, I always say it, and I always get that response. Hey, what if you that's on the only food your husband wants to eat? And I said I won't marry him. If that's the only food you want to eat, I'll not marry. It means that person is not for me. So I'm not going to marry that person. Because like how oh my god. So your wife can do everything else, but she cannot prepare food for you. So she's a bad wife. It's just crazy how society thinks. You know, anyway, I mean it's my life, so I have
I
the right
mean,
to set the rules for how I want it to be. So at this point I don't even care what
sure.
society thinks. I'm just ready for whatever they want to say. It's
Right.
crazy.
Thank you so much for
Oh,
having me. Like I said, I just couldn't resist the urge. And my movie is still waiting for me. I have to continue writing.
I'll pray for you to get more inspiration, please. So you're a
Right,
filmmaker.
right.
You write scripts
Yeah, yeah.
for people, or you film yourself. You write scripts and then you film.
I'm a filmmaker and of course now also a YouTuber running a YouTube
Yeah.
channel. But I've been doing this for close to like 14 years now. Um, I do documentary films. I've worked with the German corporation, do lots of documentaries in that regard. So basically that's what I do more, but I also do narrative work. I've
Yeah.
done some couple of short films and few one or two films my whole career, just two films which I've
Oh,
done
really?
well internationally, not so much in Ghana, a couple of
What
international
film is
awards.
that? I please send me the link
The-
on Instagram. Let me go and check it out.
right. I would definitely share that with you after this. And so I've been writing this for the past 3 years. It was my plan to finish this year so that I can start looking for some funding to shoot this
Yeah.
because um, I've had my heart and soul in this one so much. I think I was writing it, but in before the whole Corona thing hit in early 2020,
Then you stopped.
I had done one short film in 2019, which was part of the 4 films that were selected to represent Ghana in the Africa International Film Festival. And
Really?
even
Please
during
send me
that
the
whole
link,
time, I was
please.
writing this.
I'm
Even during
interested.
that whole
Send me
time, I
the
was
link
writing
on
this.
Instagram, okay? Please send me the link on Instagram, whatever. Let me go and check it out.
Sure,
Like
I would definitely do
the
that.
names, and if there's a link to the movie or the names, the titles or whatever, let me go and check it out. I'm really
Right,
interested.
right. I would definitely do that. So, but of course, for me, I started YouTube just during the lockdown time because I've always wanted to do YouTube, but I just didn't have the time as a filmmaker
Yeah.
and as a student and all those kind of things jumbled up. It's not really
Yeah.
very easy. But I had a lot of time during the lockdowns
Mm-hmm.
season, so I decided to start
To
my
start it.
channel because I just felt like giving back to society. In my 14 years of experience, one thing I didn't add is that I've never been to a film school in my life before. I'm a self-taught filmmaker,
Really?
and yes, I, I I learned
That's
the
great.
craft through YouTube. Some of us are the early users
Oh,
of YouTube. Since YouTube was
yeah.
launched in the early 2000s, I've used it till date.
Wow.
So, yes, but as a consumer, not as a
Yeah,
creator.
yeah,
And
yeah.
sometimes I do regret that if I had started creating
You
content at
oh,
that
by
time.
now you would have been like so big because back then YouTube
Right.
wasn't this difficult. Like literally, you could get.
So,
I was told that you get paid like the moment you start, you get paid on
yeah,
your
yeah,
on your
yeah.
videos.
Yeah, so and for me, sometimes I get headache when I watch most of our Ghanaian and Nigerian films, most African films. So I just felt like, hey, why don't I take the opportunity to start sharing the little knowledge I have on proper camera lighting techniques and
Yeah.
all those things with people out there? Because probably I can't just criticize. I need to provide.
Mhm.
I need to be part of the solution. It's not about
Yeah.
bringing up out the problems, but being part of the solution.
Part
So I
of the
said,
solution.
be part of
Absolutely.
the solution. Why don't I have this free
Yeah.
resource where I talk about editing, writing film, shooting, and of course, because the YouTube community is also growing, I decided to add videos
Yeah.
specific to YouTube, how to shoot YouTube videos, edit, and all that. But
Yeah.
so basically,
Yeah.
that's my inspiration for starting the channel
But you
and
haven't been
myself.
posting recently because I don't
Yeah, but I'm
know.
back. I started posting like a week ago.
Uh-huh.
I'm back
Yeah,
again.
because I haven't seen your alerts for a long time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
Yeah, I think
for
yeah,
me,
I think you posted something last week. I remember, yeah, last week
yeah,
or this week or
yeah.
last week.
Yeah,
Last
I think early this week. I did
this
early
week,
this week or
yeah,
last week. Yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
I think I
And
saw
for
it.
me, all the time that I was on YouTube, one thing is that I kept finding videos. I learned, with this, let me say, this might seem not being racist, but I learned a lot of everything I know from the white guys. And the difficulty is that if, let's say, a filmmaker is teaching you how to do something in LA or let's say in Germany or somewhere, the resources they have and the
It's
environment
different.
allows them to do certain
It's
things that
very
your
different.
environment
Yeah,
you don't even have and it doesn't allow you. And so sometimes I had to learn these things and forcefully find ways of incorporating them within an African
in
context.
there. Yeah,
And so for me, I don't want other filmmakers or young filmmakers or people who want to learn camera editing to go through the stress I went through. So I have picked all these concepts and already living them within an African society so that they are easy for you to
yeah.
just
Easy
get
for
them,
us.
learn, and
Yeah,
I mean, you're ready to go. Yeah.
you're doing well. Thank you. So Kwame has something to say. He said what? Um, about my friend's husband. I guess your friend's husband saw you as a bad influence on his wife. Okay.
I
And then he
agree.
says,
Kwame, I agree with you. I
yeah,
do agree.
and
Yes.
then he goes on to say that by telling her your opinion about not doing household activities, you are seen as a
I think that's
threat.
a threat.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
I
that's
agree.
yeah.
I
But
agree. You might end up changing his wife to follow your beliefs,
yeah.
and he
And
might
then
lose
this
his cool
and
in his
his wife
household.
too, they are both from the north. So like she cooks, she does everything. I'm telling you, I won't say the husband is lazy, but uh, he doesn't do anything. Even his own password, like his email account, the password is with the wife. Like all the time, the wife will say that, huh, my husband, whoever cheats with my husband has a lot of work to do. She's always like, I wish he will go and cheat outside so that some of the burden will be taken away from me because password to his phone, like everything is the wife. He just gets up, go to work, come back, and
So
he
so
has to wake
so
up,
so
cook
that is an
breakfast.
admission by the part of the woman because sometimes I meet people in Accra and other areas and they say they don't understand why most people who are against polygamy will always think that the women are against it. And other people get shocked when they go to the north or other areas and they realize that the
Yeah,
women
yeah,
rather even
yeah,
go to look
yeah.
for wives for their husbands or encourage the husband to go and get
because
another one.
it
So
takes
that
some
is a
of the
clear
burden
admission for
away
you. So
from
you now
them.
understand the thinking.
Hmm.
He's
It
even
takes
she's
away some
praying
of
that
the
her
burden.
husband can cheat, so
Hmm.
that another woman can take off the burden.
Exactly, exactly that. Because she literally does everything. She will wake up in the morning,
Yeah.
make breakfast. She does breakfast, lunch, so that he will eat breakfast, pack lunch again for him before he comes back. I'm like, okay. There was one time I went to their place. It was dinner time, and I'm like, how many people are coming to eat? It's just you and your husband. She cooked chicken, this, that, so that when he
Yeah.
comes, like, he will just have variety. Hey, okay.
Yeah, variety to choose from. That,
Yeah,
I
to
mean,
choose
that's the
from for
tradition.
one
So
night.
yeah,
For
yeah,
one
yeah.
night.
Yeah.
Hey,
And when you have family and friends coming, you have lots of, you might
exactly.
end
It's
up
a
spending
whole
the whole day in
feast.
the kitchen.
It's a whole
Yeah.
when there's family coming, it's a whole feast. Like, wow. Hey. So with like that didn't make, because I knew that lots of nordness. I'm not trying to be tribal here. What's the word?
Yeah.
Tribalist or whatever here. But I know that lots of nordness, they're like the woman has to do all these things. I'm like, I don't really think I want to do that. I want to enjoy my marriage, not like see it as hard work. You have to wake up in the morning, do this, do that.
Right.
Anyway, I mean, we still life still goes on. Life still goes on.
Sure.
It's just crazy.
Yeah.
Just find what works for you. Some people also enjoy doing that. They enjoy like cooking, washing, and doing those things for their husbands. So I guess
Yeah.
whatever brings you value and you're comfortable with, you should do it. But me, Charlie, I'm
I
not
have
living
I
to
have
see
I
like,
have I have a girlfriend who is so passionate. Like she drives joy in cooking. She does
mhm,
she loves to cook. But even
yeah.
her will tell you that it's just nice. I'm not saying come and cook, just support. I just
Oh,
want to be sure that
exactly.
you are ready. I just want to know that you care. I just want to know that you are
Yeah,
willing to support. That's all. I'm not even need you to
it's
come and
true.
cook.
It's true.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I'm looking for a man who can cook. Oh, seriously. Like, if you're a man who can cook and you have money, I will marry you in a heartbeat. Like, I don't care if, no, your face should be a little nice, but I don't care, whatever. If you can cook and you have money, that's it. Because I really don't want, oh gosh. I mean, I love cooking, but at this point, it's like I'm tired of doing it all the time. I want to be in bed and have my boyfriend or husband go to the kitchen and come and serve me. Like, you also enjoy that, please. I'm tired of cooking. Why? So if you know anybody who can cook and is rich, please link me up. I'll marry him. I'll propose to him and then he will marry me.
You can find it too. It's so hard because he has the money because he's spending a lot of time working, and so he doesn't
That's
spend
true.
more time. And so
In the
the
kitchen.
balance, it has to be a balance, and it's very
So we'll find
difficult.
somebody. We'll find somebody to cook for us. I'm not saying you should cook, but what I'm saying is I'm not cooking, right? So once I'm
Mm.
not cooking, then you're not cooking. That's fine. Then how do we eat? We will look for a solution to the problem. Now we know the problem. The
My
problem is that
my
we are
my
not going to cook.
my good friend will come after you. What is his name? The gentleman who
Kwame,
commented earlier.
Kwame, Kwame Ajimai.
Kwame should come after you for me.
Me, I'm not saying when I say like I'm not doing all these things, I'm not saying that my husband or my boyfriend should do it. So that's not what I'm saying. Me, I'm not doing that
Yeah,
equality thing. I'm not doing that. I'm saying that I don't want to cook. It's okay. I'm
right.
not saying Africa Americans come and cook. No, I don't want to cook. So now, how do we eat? How do we clean the house? How do we do that? We have to contribute to the economy. We'll find somebody come and do it. You pay the person. You are helping somebody to have a livelihood. That's all that I'm saying. I'm not saying that come and cook, come and clean, come and wash the clothes. No, I'm just saying I'm not going to do it. So let's find another solution for that. Anyway, this has been a very interesting conversation. Hey, I have somebody. Did you just say you love cooking? I know that you hate it like trash. No, who said? Who is this Kwame Ajimai? Do I know you? Someone says, so now it's bad to make your husband breakfast and also pack him lunch. Hey, you people there, you'd like putting words in people's mouth, Papa. Who said it's bad? You know, you are not even, I don't know if you were watching from the beginning or not. I never said it's bad to make your husband breakfast. Okay, please do not put words in my mouth for me. Anyway, I wasn't expecting this to run for 2 hours. Wow. I think I have to end the live now. It's been so interesting. Those who joined us, you can go back, just skip. You'll get the gist of the entire conversation. Thank you so much for joining and for making this interactive. I really appreciate you all. But I think I have to end the live now. We're just talking about some challenges of dating. I shared some stories, interesting stories, dating stories. My first story, actually, my first lesson on dating. But yeah, this life is long gone. I was just thinking I would do it for like an hour, and now it's 2 hours, 30 minutes already. So I'll have to leave you guys. You can, good night, Kwame. Kwame, good night. Okay, we'll continue this discussion. You should have joined my live. Next time, come and join it. Okay, come and join and share your opinion face to face with me. Look me in the eyes and share your opinion. But this was great. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to log out and I'll post the next video for Vlogmas tomorrow. Take care and always remember life is short, so you got to live your truth. Do not live your life based on societal rules and regulations and pressure. Just do whatever makes you feel comfortable as long as it's not a crime and it doesn't hurt anyone. Just live your truth. Bye. I'll see you tomorrow in the next live. Okay? Bye. Bye. You people should type bye. Type good night before I log out. Eh? Bye. Kisses.